When many people think about moving to the Czech Republic, the first place that comes to mind is Prague. And that makes sense. Prague is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe and also one of the most well-known. But there is something many people discover when they start doing more research. Living in Prague is not always the easiest or the cheapest option. Rent prices have gone up quite a lot in recent years. There is a lot of competition for apartments, and the cost of living can be higher than in other cities in the country. So an interesting question comes up. Are there cities in the Czech Republic where it actually makes more sense to live than in Prague? Because there are cities with good job opportunities, more affordable rent, and a good quality of life, but many foreigners simply do not know about them. In this video, we are going to look at some cities in the Czech Republic outside Prague where it may really be worth living, especially if you are thinking about moving to the country for work or studies. Because many times, the best opportunities are not in the most famous city, but in other cities that go more unnoticed. Hello, foreign friends. I'm Pamela, and I'm part of LivinEurope, where we share real information for people who want to live, study, or work in different countries across Europe. When someone starts researching the Czech Republic, almost all the information is usually focused on Prague. And that is normal because it is the capital. It has a lot of history, tourism, and a large international community. However, many people who already live in the country know something important. Not everything revolves around Prague. There are other cities in the Czech Republic that offer good job opportunities, important universities, more affordable rent, and an excellent quality of life, but they often go unnoticed by foreigners who are researching the country for the first time. That is why, in this video, we are going to talk about some cities in the Czech Republic outside Prague where it may really be worth living, especially if you are thinking about moving for work, studies, or simply looking for a calmer and more affordable city. And if you are interested in learning more about what it is really like to live in different European countries, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Because at LivinEurope, we share useful information for people who are thinking about starting a new life on this continent. Now, let's take a look at which cities in the Czech Republic could be good alternatives to living outside Prague. Brno, the second most important city in the country. Brno is the second largest city in the Czech Republic and a very important center for universities, technology, and innovation. Many international companies have offices in this city, especially in sectors such as technology, engineering, research, and international services. In addition, Brno has several important universities, which makes it a city with many international students and a very dynamic atmosphere. Compared to Prague, the cost of living is usually more affordable, especially when it comes to housing rent. Another interesting point is its location. From Brno, it is very easy to travel to Vienna, Bratislava, or even Budapest, which makes it a very well-connected city within Central Europe. Ostrava, industrial opportunities and a low cost of living. Ostrava is a city known for its industrial history, but in recent years, it has been transforming into a place with new economic opportunities and development projects. One of the advantages of Ostrava is that the cost of living is usually lower than in other large cities in the country, especially when it comes to rent and utilities. It also has universities, a growing cultural scene, and good connections with Poland and other cities in the region. For those looking for a more affordable city to start their life in Europe, Ostrava can be an interesting option. Plzeň, a city with a good quality of life. This is a city that many people know for being the birthplace of the famous Pilsner beer. But beyond that, Plzeň is a city with a good quality of life, a strong industrial base, and a high level of economic development. Many international companies have a presence in the area, especially in sectors such as manufacturing, engineering, and the automotive industry. In addition, the city is relatively close to Prague, which makes it possible to travel to the capital in about 1 hour by train or car. This is why some people prefer to live in Plzeň and travel to Prague occasionally when needed. Olomouc, a very attractive university city. Olomouc is a smaller city, but it has a lot of historical charm and a very active university atmosphere. It has one of the oldest universities in the country, which means there are many international students and a very dynamic cultural life. The cost of living is also usually lower than in Prague, especially for rent and food. For those looking for a calm, historic city with a youthful atmosphere, Olomouc can be a very interesting option. Something important before choosing a city. One important thing you should keep in mind is that the best city to live in depends a lot on your personal situation. For example, if you are looking for work in technology or international companies, cities like Brno can be very interesting if you are looking for a lower cost of living. Cities like Ostrava or Olomouc can be good options, and if you want to stay close to the capital while paying less rent, Plzeň can be a good alternative. That is why it is always recommended to research different cities before making the decision to move. As we have seen in this video, although Prague is the best-known city in the Czech Republic, it is not necessarily the only option, or always the best one, for people who want to live in the country. Cities like Brno, Plzeň, Ostrava, or Olomouc offer something that many people are looking for when they move to Europe: a more affordable cost of living, good job opportunities, important universities, and an excellent quality of life. In addition, many of these cities are still very well connected to other European capitals, which makes it easy to travel around the region. So, if you are thinking about moving to the Czech Republic, it may be a good idea to look beyond Prague and explore other cities that might fit your budget or lifestyle better. Now I would like to ask you something in the comments. If you had to choose one city to live in within the Czech Republic, would you prefer Prague or a smaller city? Leave it in the comments because I am very interested in knowing what kind of cities attract the most attention from people who are thinking about moving to Europe. And if you are interested in learning more about what it is really like to live in different European countries, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because at Live in Europe, we continue sharing useful information for people who want to start a new life on this continent. See you in the next video!